John and Sarah have now completed step 8, so they have a buffer. They have their 6 months of expenses in their primary account. That's going to be their new zero. And have opened up another bank account that will serve another goal, as well as having a 1 month buffer in their savings. So now we're going into reconciling. And again, this is something that you've already been doing a little bit, but now this becomes just a perpetual step. Once you get here, this is pretty much all you do. Now, as I've mentioned in the book, I do weekly reconciliations, just simply typing in at the beginning of our, on Friday of every week, what we've paid from our mobile banking accounts so that I don't have to fill out this entire thing at the end of the month. But also, there's a couple things that you should check on the 15th and the 30th. But then also the monthly reconciliation. And that's when I say not recommended, that means I'm not saying it's not recommended to do a monthly reconciliation. I'm saying that it is not recommended that you only do monthly reconciliations. So I would not choose to just look at this monthly, at least do weekly or twice a month, just to keep things updated. But by the time you hit this step, you already have something that works for you, so it's all good. Um, so you want to list all the accounts that you move money to and from. You set all the percentages. You guys already have an idea on how to do that, and then we just can continue to do this, month after month after month forever. So once you've reached here, it's really that easy. So one thing I will point out now that we've built out our buffer, so we'll just say now that with the reconcile page, John and Sarah have now reached the goal of their buffer. So it took them 9 months, just like we expected, and now we're starting our page for October. So now in October, they're looking at it and saying, okay, we've built our buffer, so what are going to be our goals? And after discussion, they realized, well, they already started saving for college a few years back. We forgot we had an account that we started putting some money in. Um, Maybe we don't need to open up a new account because we already have that. And they went back through their life track, which is again why it's important to keep this. And they go, oh, yeah, we do have another savings account, and that was meant for college. You'll see right here for saving for college. That second savings account that we have was actually meant for college. So we've got $4,000 in that. Um, Maybe what we can do is now that we have more money to play with, let's just take everything that you make, John, in your side business, and we'll do direct deposit into that account directly. So that's at least $6,000 that we're going to start adding into that every single year, to help the kids out. So that maybe we'll just do that. That's probably easier. That's something that I did when I had a side job. I put 100% of what I made into a separate account and did not touch it because we are getting a little bit older, John, and I think it's more important that maybe we start living life a little bit. So we actually want to start saving more for um, vacationing more as an example. So we have, saving for college, but that's going to be separate. And that money is just going to go 100% into that other bank account. I want to vacation more, or we want to save for a retirement home, but let's just say it's vacationing. Heck it, let's have some fun. And after discussion, we're going to start putting maybe 50% of what we want into that. And we like the 15 and the 15. So now we're up to 80%. You know what? We can add a little boost. So uh, we're still going to have your side business money go straight into the college fund, but 70% towards vacation just seems like a lot. There's probably other things that we can do. So, let's just do that last 20% for saving to college. And those are conversations, like real conversations that you'll have. So instead of that being just a separate account, what we net is going to be 20%. So remember the equation, it's going to be D11. So you go equals the number that you're going to reconcile, and because we're doing 20% here, uh, we're going to go 20%. So this here actually is not saving for college because we've already done that. Instead, this is going to be for vacation. But now that we've decided to add another account to move money around with, we actually want to take that that number and increase it. So one way to do that is to simply, and this here, this will go away by now. Again, this helps you for the first couple of months. So you're not even going to have to worry about this anymore, unless if you really like being into the habit of doing that, you know, you're not going to need this anymore. But we want to now add this account because now we have 4 different goals that we're working towards. So an easy way to do that is simply you right click and you hit insert and it'll add a line here for you. So our college fund has money in it already. And going back to our life track, we remembered that we have $4,000 in that already. So we can easily type in, this started with $4,000 whenever you chose to do that. And today, right now, it has $4,000 in it. So at the end of the month, this is what that reconciliation now looks like. And you're going to do this every time you change your goals, you're going to change it up. And you just continue to do this until you, move things around, or until your goals change, until you hit those goals, until you have new goals. It could just be, could get to a point where you go, I want 80% of all of our money to go into our investments. It could be anything that you want. This is all what we've netted, and everything again comes out of just this operating account. So fast forward to the end of that 10th month, October 31st. Just to keep this nice and simple, let's just say now there's $25,000 in that at the end of the year. So we've had 2920, and again, that number should match right here once you've filled all this out at the end of that month. That should say 2920. But the 2920 is what we now use to reconcile. And we just do what you've already been used to doing. So very quickly, right now, you go, wow, that's gonna work out quite nice. And I made one mistake. You said, because sometimes you'll do this, $5,800. That's a lot more than 2,900. So I realized I put in 200%, which is not what we want. We want 0.2%. You might have already caught that. But again, all these numbers should add up to the correct account. So you have 15% here. You have 50% now because we changed it. You have 15% here, and you have 20. So I cross-referenced that real quick to make sure that it added up. It did not. Now it does. So everything is ready to go. And you just move money like you would every single month you've done before this. So $438 goes into your savings. I know you've seen this before, but we're going to do it again because this is what you're going to be doing from now on. So you go equals your checking account $25 minus what you're transferring into your savings, and then your savings is going to be what you have right now plus what you're adding for your savings. Those are your 2 new numbers. You type them in, 24, 562, and 7838. Make that transfer. You're good to go. Next step, we have our new checking account that we opened up. It had nothing in it to start, but now, wow, all of a sudden we have $1,460 in there. So it's coming out of our operating account. Boom, minus 1460. And Now that we're adding, you know it's just zero, so you probably don't have to do math there. You're just putting $1,460 in that account. So this now drops to 23,102. This now has $1,460. Moving our money into our investing. So now you have equals what's here minus your investing, and then equals what's in your investment account plus what you're putting into it. So we have 22,664. This is now 9638. So that one's all done there. And last but not least, we're saving for college. So now that we added this line, this is our second savings account or another checking account at a different bank, whatever works. But we'll just call this checking account number 2. You had $4,000 in it. So you go equals this minus the 584. And this equals the 4,000 plus the 584. So now you're back down to your buffer, 22,080, which is the checking goal. That's your new zero. And this now would have 4584, like so. And you just do that month after month after month. So because we added this line, there's two ways you can change this. Remember, when you click on the bottom little square here, when you can pull it down, and that'll tell you what the net is. Or you can look at this and you're simply saying what was at the beginning of the month to the end of the month. So we're going equals C6 minus what was there at the beginning of the month, and you would still have that number. So close to $3,000 netted for the year. As you can see, that continues to go up. That's assuming that they haven't earned more income or anything like that. And you know, if it were me, this was just an example, but I'd look at it and say, wow, we put $1,500 away towards vacationing. We could do that for probably just a couple of months and then just start hoarding everything into college if we really wanted to. But again, it's totally up to you. You can change your percentages around. You can change your goals around. You know, one thing you should continue to do, you know, you might want to build a savings goal to 3 months, which is what, you know, we're doing right now. You might want to, if you realize that you are really far behind on saving for retirement, it might make sense to increase that percentage. The opportunities are completely limitless. It's totally up to you. You're free at this point. You have not necessarily reached financial freedom, which is going to come up in the last couple videos that I have, but you're definitely free from debt and you're free to choose what to do with your money and really start enjoying your money. So, job well done, and we'll see you in the last couple videos here.